In this video, we'll be talking about the GUI tools in Tkinter. Now, there are many tools which gives a graphical user interface with Python. So we'll be studying all about them. So let's study about each one of them over here. The very first is the Tkinter. In this video, I'll be explaining you about the Tkinter and the advantages and disadvantages of the Tkinter. So talking about Tkinter, Tkinter is an open source GUI library and a de facto standard for the portable GUIs in Python. Now Tkinter makes it easy to build the simple and portable GUIs quickly. See, Tkinter is just a de facto standard GUI of Python. It means that when you install Python, then Tkinter automatically comes with it. You need not have to install it separately. So this is just the meaning of the default browser. Now, Tkinter can be said as the Python binding to a GUI toolkit. Now, as because Tkinter is a relatively lightweight toolkit over here. Talking ahead, Tkinter's text and canvas winglets are more powerful enough to implement the web pages and a three-dimensional visualization. That is, the Tkinter is the original GUI library for the TCL language. It is implemented as the Python wrapper around a complete TCL interpreter embedded in Python interpreters. So you can say Tkinter is simply an open source platform, or you can say the portable GUI library designed for use in the Python script. Now moving ahead, we have the advantages of the Tkinter. So now let's look at the advantages of Tkinter one by one. The very first is the mature and stable. Talking about the mature and stable, Tkinter is mature and stable. All the features are well developed and completely stable. Next, that is the cross-platform. Tkinter provides winglets on the Windows, Mac OS and most Unix implementations with a very little platform-specific dependence. Some newer GUI frameworks are achieving a degree of platform independence, but it will be some time before they match Tkinter's in this respect. Next is the widely ported. Talking about this, Tkinter is widely ported, means your Tkinter code can run on any system that has Python installed in it, as Tkinter is a de facto standard GUI of the Python. Moving ahead, we have the next advantage, that is the extensibility. Talking about the extensibility, many extensions of the TK exist and more are being distributed on the web. Any extensions is immediately accessible from Tkinter. If not through an extension to Tkinter, then at least through the Tkinter's access to the TCL language. Next is the de facto standard GUI toolkit. That is, de facto means Tkinter comes with the Python itself. That is, when Python is installed, Tkinter is automatically installed with it. It means Tkinter comes with the Python only. You did not have to install it separately as it comes with your Python software. Next, its simple API is so easy to learn. That is, the interface is easy to understand, so it's easy to learn for the beginners as well as. Now, this was all about the advantages. Next, we'll move on and talk about the demerits of the Tkinter. Talking about the demerits, the very first comes is your speed. Now, there is some concern with the speed of the Tkinter. Most calls to Tkinter are formatted as the TCL command and interpreted by TCL from where the actual TK calls are made. Now, this theoretically slowdown caused by the successive execution of two interpreters' language is rarely seen in practice. And most real-world applications spend little time communicating between the various levels of the Python, TCL, and as well as your TK. Next, that is the demerit we'll talk about, is no native look and feel. It lacks your native look feel. One common complaint is that the Tkinter applications on Windows don't look like the native Windows application. As we can see, the power and the flexibility of the TK is such that you can easily construct new winglets from the collection of the basic winglets. Now, this fits well with the OOP nature of the Python provided by the Tkinter. Next demerit we'll talk about is the TK lacks your modern winglets. Now, it's the acknowledge that TK presents a small basic set of your winglets and lacks a collection of the modern fancy winglets. For example, TK lacks panned windows, tabbed windows, progress meter windows, winglets, and hierarchy winglets. So the power and flexibility of the TK is such that you can easily construct new winglets from a collection of the basic winglets. Now, this was all about the demerits of the Tkinter.